He's afraid. He doesn't understand that on the other side of that fear, of that pain, is where his growth, is where his upgraded 2.0 version of himself lies. Almost like a robotic costume, an armor. Like Iron Man has his suit. Once you cross that line, you are then suited. You deserve the suit. You are fitted for it, and you can wear it, and you can become that version of you. Listen, this video is, to put it quite simply, I'm gonna be outlining why you can't seem to win in life, okay? And I'm actually gonna be eating whilst I make this, right? Just to keep the atmospheric cool and calm and collected, you feel me? Why you can't seem to win in life. Now, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Michael Knight, okay? I specialize in self-improvement, mainly for men, young and old, because like I said in my recent reel on Instagram, you can find me in the description. Wisdom is not objective to age, okay? You can be young and still have the information and knowledge that you can teach to the elderly. Likewise, vice versa, right? It's currently 10:05. I don't know how much time I have, so we're gonna have to make it snappy. But the reason, and I'm gonna keep it nice and simple, I don't need to have this video drag on for too long than is needed and required, right? But it's quite simple. The reason why you can't win in life is because you're afraid of failure. Why are you afraid of failure? It's because ever since you were a young boy, every time you failed, you were looked at as if you were inadequate, as if you were worse than. They laughed at you. So next time when the same situation arose and you had an opportunity to win, you cowered away and you were afraid. You were afraid. You were scared, and you said, you know what, I'm not gonna try again because they'll laugh at me again. You understand? In life, you have to look at the truths and the falses, the lies. What is true and what is not true. What is true is that it doesn't matter what you do, oftentimes. You will and you may fail. People will laugh. You can't take that away from them. You can't change what other people will do. But what you can change and control is how you react to certain things, how these things form you, and you know, are you gonna allow your nature to be dictated by others? Of course not. So then why are you allowing the responses from others to dictate what you go and do or not do? Does this make sense? Now, I had this idea kind of brewing in my mind for a while, right? And it started from the loss of between the Andrew Tate and Chase Damore fight. And I call it loss because I'm sure, I mean, we all would have sided with Andrew Tate in that fight, right? Because why not, right? And obviously he lost. But you know what was so fucking beautiful? Was his heroic, obviously not performance, but his behavior after the fight. Now, a lot of people would have taken it as if, oh, he was deflecting, you know, he lost the fight, so now he's trying to cover for his back, he's trying to reclaim whatever clout and, you know, persona, notoriety he had before. You could say what you want. Truth is, a lot of the people speaking had never set foot in a boxing gym or in a fighting environment in their entire lives, yet they had the most to say. You know, that's something that I always thought to myself, like, even me, myself, I don't have so much experience in the ring. So how can I really stand here and say, you know, I haven't never lost a boxing match, and that's because I've never been in one. You understand? So I might just play a clip, okay, of, you know, we'll edit in a clip of just his behavior, his persona during the boxing match. And I'll return to you afterwards.
I don't know why, but he beat me. And let me make something else very clear to you. I have complete respect for Chase Damore. Complete respect for him. Because I know the pressure he must have been under to take this fight. It was an opportunity for him, yes. And it was a risk for me. But we had pressure on different sides. Both sides of the coin, we had pressure in different directions. It would have been very difficult for him mentally, just like it was very difficult for me mentally. And for him to turn up on the day and get it done, complete respect to him. Let me give you some life advice to everyone at home, guys. Never, ever take away your opponent's victory. It's like paying a debt. If you make a bet, you're a man. If you bet $100 on a sports team, you shake hands, and your team loses, and you don't pay your bets, what kind of man does that make you? No, you have to pay your bets. Chase deserves this victory. He deserves the fame, he deserves the happiness, he deserves the money, he deserves the credit. He earned it. And I'm not gonna take that away from him with excuses, talking about rematches, making up bullshit about how he grabbed me, some crap. He won, and he deserves it. And I pay my debts. I always pay my debts. Is it because I've never lost ever? Is that why I'm top G? Because I've never lost anything ever? Guys, they fucking raided my house and threw me in a dungeon for something I didn't do. I lost my fucking dad. I've been to hell and back 1,000,000 times. I have struggles none of you know about. I lost my fucking dad. I've been to hell and back 1,000,000 times. I have struggles none of you know about. Am I top G because I never lose? What kind of man would I be if I never lost? Imagine my life went perfectly all the time. Imagine I didn't need to go to the gym and I had muscles and I never lost a fight and I had money from the sky and any girl I wanted and I just went through life and everything I wanted. I wouldn't even be a good person. I wouldn't be human. I wouldn't know anything about how the world functions. I couldn't teach you anything. I'm not top G because I've never lost. I'm top G because I've been hit so many fucking times and I get back up. I'm top G because I just lost a fight and I'll fight again today. I'm top G because I'm not afraid. I'm top G because I'll keep fucking trying. Do you understand? It's not about never losing. It's about the fact that I will get up and try. It's about the fact that I'm not afraid to lose. And I'm not afraid to be ridiculed. And I'm not afraid to be mocked. That's how I built the life I built. That's how I got yachts and private jets and hundreds of millions of dollars. Because I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not afraid to be laughed at. And I'm not afraid to get fucking hurt. That's why. I put it on the line. I get in the arena. Everyone with an opinion is on the sidelines. Imagine living a life where you're so afraid of loss that you never get to win. You sit in the corner as a coward, writing Twitter comments at people who take risks you will not take. As an insignificant, unknown, a nobody. And you're so afraid of someone saying something bad about you that you're going to sit there and not take the risk. What kind of fucking man does that make you? It makes you the kind of man who is forgotten to history. Napoleon is in the history books. He lost battles. Muhammad Ali lost. Tyson lost. Champions sometimes lose. Sometimes the stars just don't align and you just lose. And you have to know that and you accept that when you agree to take the risk in the first place. And that is the barrier that prevents most people from getting anywhere. The what if I lose? What if you lose? I just lost in front of the world. Got paid 20 fucking million fucking dollars. I'm fine. I just lost. What happened? I'm fine. My life's fine. I'm fine. Some jackass wrote a Twitter comment. You think I give a single fuck?
See, right here, Andrew Tate is cool, he's calm, and he's composed as per usual. You can't take that from him, right? He's not allowed the ideas and the influences of everyone else to dictate how he's gonna appear, you don't see him crying, complaining, sobbing. Even his excuses are tactical, they're calculated. He's not fully outright saying, oh, Chase Damore, he did this, he's just, he's telling you what was factually true. This was the situation and I'm not doing nothing but annotating it. I'm not complaining, I'm not giving excuses, I'm annotating the situation and why it played out how it did. You don't think he's gonna step in the ring again? I mean, he might not. But this is something you can take on board. You understand? Let's flip the whole script, flip the situation. You're a young guy. You know that one of these symptoms of somebody who has a lot of confidence is somebody that can easily go and, cold approach women. You see a girl you like, without a second thought, without a doubt in your mind, you go up to her and you turn on that charisma button. You talk to her, you grab her details, you say to her, have a lovely rest of your evening, and you're on your way. A lot of you can't do that. And I know the reason why. I said I was gonna eat whilst making this video. Hey, we're going deep. Right? I know why you can't do that. I know why when you wanna make new friends and the opportunity's there, you can't. I know why. And it's because you're so preoccupied with what could go wrong. See, when you, in this life, you have something called your paradigms, right? And this is essentially, think of it as like, you know, your field of view, your perspective, okay? If you focus on something hard enough, you then possess the ability to turn that thing into a reality. Because once it's here, it may as well be over here already. Every great idea that has come from humanity and mankind started off with a fucking thought. Control what you think about. Control what you think about and control the way you speak to yourself. I speak to myself. I'm speaking to myself right now. But apart from this, I speak to myself and it's always positive. Always positive. You know? You keep thinking about, what if she rejects me? What if she rejects me? And on top of that, like, you're actually making the situation worse than it will ever be. She might say no. She might say no. But you're thinking in your head, what if she says like, you know, my breath stinks? What if she says, I'm ugly? What if she says, oh, you need a haircut, you don't look, you're not my type? You know? Why are you even thinking these things? You're going for a job interview. You're thinking, oh, what if she's a woman? There's this misconception that if you're having a woman as your interviewer, I mean, I literally hold this opinion myself, but I will still call it a misconception. You're thinking to yourself, oh, I'm not gonna get the job because the interviewer she might be racist. She might not like me. This, that, and the third. Come on, bro. Why do you focus on the negative? That's why you won't win. It's because the more time you spend thinking about loss, the more likely you are to lose. You know what winners do? You know what winners do? Take Cristiano Ronaldo, for example. Okay, he's not the best footballer in the world, but he's up there. Right? He has in football anyway, one of the best, I'd say he's the epitome of just having the winning mentality. And obviously football is a team sport. If it was a solo game, he would probably be hailed the greatest, won every single thing. You know, if it just off his mentality alone, right? But obviously football's more than that. Which is why he's not he has such a great winning mentality. All he can do is think about winning before he takes a free kick, before he takes that shot, before he makes that move. He's in his head, he's already done it and he's succeeded, he's won. And another thing, is it a coincidence that he has this self-belief and he has this confidence, he has this ego about him? See, you get so many people out there talking about, oh, reduce your ego, be humble, be gentle, be kind. No, you know? Obviously you can possess these traits and characteristics, but they don't need to define you. Because once they define you, it's so hard to be something else as well. You want to be, I wanted to say multifaceted. And I know that pertains more towards your character and your persona, the way you treat people. But think of it in the way of being more than one-dimensional, okay? You may want to be known as the gentle guy, but when push comes to shove, you better be able to fucking push and shove. You understand what I'm saying, right? But, you know, people like Ronaldo, they're thinking so much about themselves and themselves winning. That's how you need to be. you know? And obviously we know that confidence comes from competence, right? If you can understand that and then link it up with just thinking about the victory, thinking about you winning, bro. Do one or the other, do both. You are gonna be the next top dog. You're gonna have that dog in you. You understand? That is where confidence lies. I know you can do it. I know every one of you can do it. You know? It's just a matter of will you? You know, will you? You give yourself excuses, bro, and you know it. I used to do the same, man. I used to do the same. You see a girl that you like. You know why that one is one of the best examples I want to use? It's because lust is the main component behind the downfall of this generation as young men, as men in general. That's for a whole nother video, obviously, right? But if you can, you know, look past that, I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, right? But anyway, guys, look, it's been a great video. I enjoyed it. Hope you did too. Again, for those of you who want to join the MSA protocol, okay, there's a Calendly link in the description of this video. You can book a call. Hey, just book the call, hop on, see what happens. For the worst case scenario, we have a talk for 60 minutes and you'll be on your way. Sound good? Click the links in the description. You know, if you want to see more of me, makes complete sense too. You got your Instagrams, whatever else you need. It's all in the description. You already know the do. Like, comment, and subscribe to this video. I'm actually very close to 100 subscribers. It would be a nice milestone to hit, wouldn't it? And you could be part of that. And I'd appreciate if you do. If you do, you can leave a comment. I think it does help boost me in the algorithm as well. You know, the more buttons you press, every little helps. So I'm gonna see you guys soon. And I'm actually gonna leave off with one of my OG quotes. Speak once, listen twice. We'll speak soon, gentlemen.